A year ago, after I found out my girlfriend, Mary, was cheating on me with her boss, we broke up. Her sister, Amanda, ratted her out after she overheard Mary talking with her boss about getting a hotel room for a day. Amanda's a really sweet girl, and she really liked me. When me and my girlfriend broke up, it was terrible. She cried a lot, telling me all about how it happened, accidentally. She said I was too focused on my career and her boss was giving her a lot of attention. She said that she won't do it again, but I didn't believe her. We were together for 3 years, and she slept with her boss during the time in which she was introducing me to her parents. The audacity of this woman is unreal. To be honest, though, I was kind of glad when I found out because the guilt was killing me. You see, I actually slept with one of her coworkers, Betty, a month earlier. It happened when me, Mary, and Betty were hanging out at the house, and suddenly, Mary had to leave for a work emergency, which I now know was her going to hook up with her boss. Me and her best friend were alone in the apartment, super drunk. I had a crush on Betty. She's hot, has an amazing personality, and one thing led to another. We ended up sleeping together a few times, and I was burdened by the guilt and shame of it all. I felt bad for cheating on Mary, because at the time, I really thought she was an amazing girl. I know that I sound like a hypocrite for calling out Mary like this, especially since I cheated on her too, but she has no remorse. She was keeping me as a safety net if the affair with her boss didn't work out. I'm better looking and much fitter than the prick she was cheating on me with, but he had more money. I've since learned that Betty also slept with the boss, and she told me that I'm much better than him in bed. I don't know if she was lying to boost my ego and to make me feel good, but I'll take it. After the breakup, I completely cut Mary out of my life, and 5 months later, her sister told me that she got fired because someone caught her and the boss going at it in his office. I guess the idiots thought they would never get caught. Since she's just an ordinary worker in the tech industry, this became a massive red mark in her career, practically killing it. Mary's working in a restaurant now. She went from a high 5-figure salary to waiting tables. During this time, I got a massive pay rise and a promotion after the success of one of my projects. This brings us to current day. I was hosting a friend's birthday party, and Mary somehow found her way to my new place. She made a huge mess and threw up all over the floor. It turns out Amanda got drunk and told Mary that she was the one who told me everything. She also told Mary that we slept together after that, which was 2 days before I decided to confront Mary about her affair with her boss. Amanda didn't stop there, though. She also told Mary that I slept with her former coworker, Betty. Mary was yelling, swearing, and making a scene. She was even saying that I should forgive her and take her back. In front of 20 people, she said that I should dump my current girlfriend, who was present at the party, to make it happen. Mary's been stalking my new girlfriend on social media for about 5 months. I've never been this embarrassed in my life. Should I file a complaint and get a restraining order, or should I let this go?
I'm of the opinion that OP is just as toxic as his ex-girlfriend. There are no heroes in this story, and nobody looks good. The best thing for OP and his ex is to move on and leave the past where it is. Nothing good will come from them staying in contact. Anyway, let's dive into the comments.
Father of the Century says, "Son, I say this with the utmost sincerity, meaning for no malice, but grow up before you move in on another gal. You're about as much a victim here as she is." Mad Tansy says, "There's no moral high ground here. She cheated, but you cheated first. You admit to it and claim to have guilt over it, but once you found out she cheated too, your guilt went away. Why is that? Whether she cheated or not, you still did. And her doing it too doesn't negate your guilt. Instead of just realizing y'all aren't giving each other what you both need and breaking things off, you slept with her sister. Drunk? Yeah. Maybe if you can't control your urges while drinking, don't drink or don't drink around women. Your ex showed up because she realized everyone around her has lied to her, her best friend, her sister, and you. The outburst was ill-timed for you, but hey, consequences aren't always neatly packaged."
Mad Tansy has summed everything up pretty good there. I would agree that OP's ex is hurting a lot more from this situation, because not only was she betrayed by her partner, but her friends and family too. Boy, karma's a bitch.
I'm 25, my husband's 30, and we've been married for 2 years. Our relationship's always been a bit rocky, and we have lots of ups and downs. Recently, we've been having really bad fights, and his drinking and mood swings aren't making things any easier. Over the weekend, we went to an event and got into another argument. I wanted to leave because it was very crowded, and to be honest, I was over it at that point. My husband got upset and started yelling at me in front of everyone. I told him that this isn't the place to talk, but once we get somewhere private, we can talk about things. But he continued to shout at me. He was airing our dirty laundry in front of everyone, and I just stayed quiet as we made our way to the bus station, as we had to get the bus back to where the car was parked. Once we found a place that was more secluded, I told him to calm down so we could talk. But still, he didn't stop yelling. I told him that I couldn't take it anymore and that I was going to call a friend to pick me up, and that's when he pushed me, grabbed my phone, and said I wasn't leaving. I pinched him, and he gave me back my phone, and then I started walking down the street, doing my best to ignore him. He aggressively ripped my hat off my head, and that's when I told him it was over and that I wanted a divorce. He lost it at that point. He turned into a madman, saying things like, "I'm never going to let you go, and if your friend picks you up, I'm going to punch her in the face." He even went on to say, "Why are you scared? You're acting like I'm going to end you." I ended up calling the police so he would leave me alone, and they waited with me until I was able to get an Uber back to my car. In the end, his mom had to pick him up. Prior to all this happening, he was lying about not smoking, and we got into a fight about sex. He's been staying with his parents for about a month now, and I've been at home. I really thought things were over between us, so I started getting involved with a coworker. Me and this coworker started to get strong feelings for each other, but at the same time, me and my husband started talking again. My coworker's an older guy, he's 50, and things feel very different with him. No one has ever touched or cared for me the way he does, and I know it's wrong, but I'm falling for him. Should I leave my husband for someone who's already lived a full life? Someone I'll only be able to enjoy a short time with? Or should I work things out with my partner? My heart's pulling me more towards my coworker, but I also love my husband. Still, I don't know if my husband can be the man I need him to be. My husband's got a lot of growing up to do, and most of the time, I feel like his mother, not his partner. I just want to feel like a woman.
From what OP's said, her partner comes across as someone who could be abusive, if he isn't already. No one should tolerate threatening behavior from their partner, because while it may not seem like a big issue now, things can escalate very quickly. I don't think OP should leave the relationship to be with her co-worker, but she should leave for her own good. OP's young and still has time to find someone who isn't a walking time bomb like her current partner. And seeing as they don't have any children yet, it'll be much easier for her to remove herself from this toxic environment. Anyway, before we head off, let's check out the comments.
User says, "So basically, you and your husband separated, but didn't divorce. You caught feelings for your coworker, things happened, and now you need clarity. Let me break it down to you in bullet points from my perspective. Your husband has anger issues and has gotten physical from your perspective. Exit now and reconsider things when he gets more mature or therapy. Whatever you have going on with your coworker should come to a full stop until your divorce is final. If he's the one, he'll wait until this is done and be supportive of you while you complete this. If he won't wait, well, that says everything. Talk to someone outside your work and family for clarity. There's a lot of built-up crud here, and it could use some clearing. Your friends and family will take sides, and you don't need sides. You need to determine a direction. You got this." Estonian Soldier says, "Why do you cheaters always waste our time with this meaningless crap? You're a cheater, that's on you. That's 100% proof and evidence of your poor character, your selfishness, you being disloyal and a liar, and your inability to work through issues and communicate. You guys always start your sob stories bad-mouthing your mate, listing all the reasons as to how they made you cheat. It's all their fault. They did this, but they didn't do that. I'm so innocent, so I wouldn't have cheated if they were the perfect partner. You said, we've been fighting. So what? Everyone argues. That's no reason to be an adulterer. You said, my husband drinks a lot. So, lots of people drink. Tell him to cut back and have an intervention. This is still no reason to be an adulterer. You said, he has mood swings. Well, you poor thing, why of course you had no choice but to be a liar, adulterer, disloyal, and treacherous. Who wouldn't do that if someone was moody? How dare another human be moody? You said, he yelled at you in front of people. Well, you poor thing. He must be the devil and you're a saint, the perfect mate and person. Of course, you choosing to cheat is their fault. You had no other choice. You said, he's been smoking cigarettes. Enough already. It's obvious that you just came here to write a page about his faults to excuse adultery. Get out of here.
While this last Redditor is right about people making up excuses for their cheating, this person is also downplaying what OP could be going through. When someone has a drinking problem, it's not always easy to simply suggest they get help, because they might not want it. Also, this person has no idea as to how threatening OP's partner can be when he's agitated. It's easy to talk big from the comfort of your home when you're not the one being threatened. In any case, this relationship seems to have run its course, but only OP can decide on what will happen next. I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Coffee and Popcorn, and I can't wait to see you on the next one.